Hi mamas! So today I want to talk about self-belief. How it is not your fault if you don't believe in yourself 100%. What it could be due to, and that is the way that you were treated as a child, and how you can overcome this lack of self-belief, not through a change in mindset, which will frankly do absolutely nothing. It might make you feel temporarily confident, but it certainly won't fix the root causes of your lack of self-belief, and how you can fix those root causes and get to own your voice with confidence and not second guess yourself anymore. So, self-belief. What is self-belief? Self-belief is not going back over conversations in the past and wondering whether you should have said something differently, whether you should have done something differently, whether perhaps you should have not said anything at all. It's about not second guessing yourself, not having to ask 10 million people for advice before you make a decision. It's about being able to own your voice. And if someone disagrees with you, then that's okay. That doesn't throw you completely off center. It doesn't mean that you suddenly don't have any self-worth because someone might not like you because they disagreed with you. So if any of these things resonate, this could be because as a child, you did not get your feelings validated enough or mirrored back to you enough. So, your mums, how hard it is to be the best mum that you can be. It's not always easy. And there is always going to be a gap between what your child needs. Every child has unique individual needs and what you can give them. So the same was true for us when we were children. Our primary caregivers either couldn't or didn't want to, for whatever reason, validate us and mirror us enough. There will always be a gap between your needs and what was satisfied. So that gap is what causes trauma. So by trauma, I don't mean the same thing as adult trauma, I mean childhood trauma. And for a child, trauma looks very different. If a child doesn't have her feelings mirrored or doesn't get the attention that he or she needs, this is absolutely the cause of trauma, because we then start thinking that it's because we are not worth it, and that becomes a pattern that we then carry into adulthood of second guessing ourselves, not believing in ourselves, not being able to stand up for what we believe in when someone else disagrees. So given that this comes from childhood, and the way that perhaps we weren't mirrored or validated enough as children, which means our parents really believing in what we had to say and mirroring that back to us. Given that that root cause is in childhood, the way to fix it is also going back into childhood, because that is the root cause. So what we can do is inner parent that child. Basically fill the gap between what we needed and what we got with love from our adult selves. Give our inner children, so that energy of your inner child that you're carrying with you, whatever your age, giving that inner child the attention and the validation and the love and the security and the protection that he or she didn't get. So I call my inner child little Lavinia. So your inner child would be little whatever your name is. And it's adult Lavinia, or adult whatever your name is, who is going to parent that inner child and give them what they need. Basically fill that gap. When we have done that, your belief, your self-belief and your self-worth will grow immeasurably. So what we're doing is treating our inner children in the way that we would treat our actual children. How would you treat your child if they fell over and they hurt themselves, or if they got up in the middle of the night and they'd had a nightmare? You would soothe them, you would tell them that their feelings are completely valid, you would reassure them that whatever it is that has scared them or hurt them has gone away now, and you would make sure that they knew that you were there for them. That is exactly what I mean by inner parenting, and that's what we can do to soothe our inner children. And once we start doing this, this is absolutely how you grow your confidence, so that other people's opinions don't matter so much. Because that's the whole point of a child that hasn't been validated. That inner child is constantly seeking validation outside of herself, looking for approval from anyone outside of herself. by providing that nurture, validation, attention within ourselves from our adult selves, that then takes that away. Then you no longer second guess yourself, you're able to own your opinions, and you're able to stand up for what you believe in, even if other people don't agree with you. So, inner parenting, absolutely the way to treat not having self-belief or enough self-belief, not second guessing yourself anymore, and really being able to own your voice and stand up for what you believe in. If any of this resonates, please check out my website, www.laviniabrown.com. Lots more blogs and vlogs on how to feel more happy, fulfilled, and alive as a mum. How to stop the patterns that are holding you back, how to stop being the parent that your parents were, and how to be the mum, wife, and woman that you want to be.